So after looking at those theses, I want to look at some of the ones from the example essays that were posted in NS Online. So let's check out some of these. So let's look at this first one. A deeper look reveals that despite Rousseau's idea of natural freedom, he understands that people must submit themselves to a ruler and that rulers often have to implement Machiavellian-like tactics to stay in power. I will compare the writings of these two men in order to reveal their synchronicity and show how their theories play out in my own life. So you can see really this last sentence is really the thesis statement. And you can tell the author is giving us a little bit of direction, telling what they're going to do. They're going to talk about, the main thing they're going to talk about is how their theories play out in their own life. And it's kind of an open thesis because we don't know exactly what theories they're talking about and how it plays out in their own life, but we expect that that's what the rest of the paper is going to be about. So let's check out this next one. Rousseau's model of government has been adopted by some countries, generally those that value democracy. However, some others have chosen to go in a different direction, perhaps for the purpose of being detrimental to their own people, such in the case with totalitarian governments. All the countries I've been in reflect one or two of these forms of government mentioned above. Really, this is the thesis statement. This sets us up for it. Gives us an idea of where the thesis statement is taking us. But then this is really charting the course for the rest of the paper. And again, these are very casual thesis statements. All the countries I've been in reflect one or two of these forms of government mentioned above. So I expect the rest of the paper to go through probably one at a time the countries that the writer has lived in and how it reflects these two types of government that he mentioned up here. And of the examples I posted on NS Online, I think this one has probably the clearest and best thesis statement. Although they both had very different beliefs about human nature and the roles of rulers and/or government in maintaining control over its citizens, both men brought forth some very thought-provoking ideas in their tendentious writings. I do believe, however, that the necessity for control in any government is directly related to the reality of human nature. So, this here really charts the course for the rest of the paper. This kind of grounds us, gives an idea of what they're going to talk about or where they're coming from. But this is kind of the where it really focuses. So I do believe, however, that the necessity for control in any government is directly related to the reality of human nature. So I expect the rest of the paper to be talking about this, talking about what the reality of human nature is, how governments should be in relationship to that reality. So that is what I'm really looking for in a thesis. Again, these are kind of casual ones. As you can see, they use I here. They all three do. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to use I, but that's usually one of the hallmarks of a casual thesis. And again, for this first essay, we can have a more casual thesis. I still want it to be there, but it can be more casual. Let's check out one of these other papers. So this is the one, the third one that we just looked at. And you can see down here what I think is the thesis statement. But I wanted to talk a little bit about just this introduction. This intro is kind of nice in this paper because it starts out with a good attention grabber. The author tells a story. So in the quaint little farm town of, I guess I don't know how to say that, but it's in Germany. There was one chore that my family and I did every single day. Not only was it a chore, but a German law, and that was recycling our trash. So we get a nice little intro, grabs our attention. We're already interested because we as humans, we love stories. That doesn't mean you have to start with a story, but I want you guys to think about a good way to start your drafts when you're eventually writing them. And that doesn't mean you have to even start at the beginning of your essay. But by the time you work towards the end, I want you to think about good ways to grab our attention, to show stories about well, how a topic relates to yourself. Because again, this is a response, but a response to the reading. So you're talking about the readings, bringing in quotes and paraphrases as needed, but you're also bringing your own experiences, your own opinions in as you talk about it.